And I think they're certainly, they have a strategy in place. They're certainly following through with it. It's showing positive signs. I mean, they have a tailwind from the consumer confidence, obviously, that's benefiting them. But there's a couple of things I think are really positive. One, what they've done with grocery, and driving footfall into their stores with grocery, and they're solving the delivery problem for the U.S. consumer, which I think is very important. And then what they've done with e-commerce, boosting e-commerce. They've invested heavily. That's clearly going to cost them, which they've warned about. But I think the combination of things mean they're really following it through, and have a good chance of continuing. I think it won't be easy sailing.
Is this a customer story though? I mean, a consumer story, or is this a Walmart story?
Well, I think they're very well positioned because of their bricks and mortar presence and their online presence to probably be the multi-channel player, at least advantaged in that sense.
Bill, you have a thought on that? I mean, that's a good question. It has all sorts of implications for other retailers as well.
Yeah, it does. It's a good question. What you've seen, I think, over the last really 3 years now is a really consistent story. Walmart has told the story, they've executed the story, and they've done a really good job. People are really happy here in Bentonville today. The answer to the question is it's both. Walmart has worked hard, invested a lot of money in labor and store conditions and upgrading their fresh offering for grocery. And now with a tailwind in the economy, you're seeing them pop from about a 2% same-store sales to 4.5% same-store sales. And I think that lasts as long as the economy lasts. But underlying, there's a really good, solid foundation of 2%, which is really, really strong.
So there's a U.S. story here, though, but there's also an international story. They've given up on a lot of other markets. India is now one of their big bets. Those numbers have not flowed into this yet.
Right.
When do those numbers flow in, and what are they going to look like?
Well, I mean, the international story is not easy. I think, it's different consumer behavior. I think what they've done by acquiring Flipkart or investing heavily is a smart move because they're getting the local knowledge and they'll be able to, leverage that to learn and to improve their business. So I think they're making good moves.
Is it a smart move, Bill? I don't know. I don't know if the market liked it. And it sort of reflects this overall fight with Amazon that Walmart's having. Feels like the market goes back and forth on whether Walmart can actually be a formidable competitor to Amazon where it plays in e-commerce.
It's going to be a tough one. They bought a business that's for a substantial sum that's losing $1 billion or $1.5 billion a year in operating income. It's going to continue to bleed on them. They're getting out of ASDA. They're getting out of Brazil. There's talk about Japan. So they're reshuffling their international play with a focus on digital. India is a big bet for them that has to work.